My name is Mukesh and welcome back to my YouTube channel Mukesh Tech Up. So today I'm going to discuss about the correlation. So here in this video lecture I'm going to cover what is correlation and how we can calculate and what all are the types of the correlation and how we can get benefited with the correlations if we are working in the machine learning and some data science projects. So without wait, let's get started on this one. So basically what is correlation? So variables within data sets, so they are could be connected with each others with some patterns, or we can see there are some structure within the variables and they are connected with each other. So what all are the patterns, what all are the association between them? So these are known as the correlation. So just to find out or figure it out how they are connected with each other, what is the association between them, that is known as correlation, right? So now let's move forward. So basically the statistical relationship between two variables is referred to as their correlation. So what is the relationship between the variables? Suppose you have a column variable as x, second is y, and we have some numerical data in that one. So x contains some value, y contains some value. So there might be chances if we are going to remove the column of x, or we can say the remove the row of the x for particular value, then there might be chances like the y value got to be updated or something else. So these are known as the correlation. So how variables are correlated with each other, this is known as correlation. Now let's move forward, and here we'll see what all are the types of the correlation. So here we have three types of correlation. First one is the positive correlation, second is the negative, and third is the neutral, or we can say the zero correlation. So now let's move forward and we'll see what is the positive correlation. So basically positive correlation happens if variables are moving in the same direction, or any change within the variable that is happening within the in the same direction. So this is the symptoms of the positive correlation. And when the value of one variable increases, then value of the other variable also be increases. So we can see if we are seeing this type of behavior, then easily we can see this is the positive correlation. Or I can say if it is the degree by which two variables act similarly. Suppose there is a positive correlation and we can say that is x between the two variables. So that means if both the variables act exactly the same way, if one goes up by x%, then other will also go up by the x% or similar to vice versa, right? So these are the positive correlation, and easily we can figure out this is the symptoms of the positive correlation, right? So now let's move forward and we'll see what all are the types of the positive correlation itself, right? So first one is a strong positive correlation. So we can see the value is 1. So when one variable moves in one direction, then other variables also moves in the exact same direction in the same degree. So guys, here this is the most important. So degree should be same, then that it is strong. It ranges from greater than 0.8 to 1.0. So if we calculated some values and that lies between 0.8 to 1.0, then we can say this is the strong, also a positive correlation, right? So this is the positive correlation. Now second is the medium positive correlation. So what does that mean? So here its value is 0.5. So when one variable moves in one direction, then other variable also moves in the same direction. So guys, just try to understand the concept. So the direction is the same in the positive correlation, but its degree is not the same, right? In the strong positive correlation, the degree was same, but in the medium positive correlation, degree is not the same. Say one stroke increased by 10%, then another stroke increased by 5%. So here degree is changing, but both the variables are moving in the same direction. Then we can say this is the medium positive correlation, right? Next one is the low positive correlation. So that value lies 0.2. So if you will see, in the correlation variables moves in the same direction, but the degree differs immensely, right? So if one variable gives a return of 10%, then another may give a return of 2%. So that means if you are investing some amount in some stock and another one is also applying already put some amount in that stock, but for your return it is greater than compared to that guy. So that stock is giving some return, but it's not similar to yours. So that means that degree is changing. So this is, we can see this is a very low positive correlation, right? Now we'll see what is the graph it looks like of the positive correlation. So if you will see in the graph here, so positive correlation is the positive relationship between two variables. So here we can see the x-axis and y-axis, and we have a separation line. So the movement of variable are positive. That means if one variable goes up, second also will go up, and if one goes down, then other also, right? So now let's look more deeper in the graph. So here if you will see on the y-axis and x-axis, so the value of x-axis is increasing, y-axis value is also increasing. So if you will see the last points of this separation line, so x-axis value is increasing, simultaneously y value is also increasing, right? So positive correlation is a very important measure that help us to estimate the degree of the positive linear relationship between the two variable. This is very important, guys. So it defines the linear relationship between the two variables, that is comes under positive correlation. Now we'll talk about the what is the negative correlation. So whatever we have seen in the positive correlation, so negative correlation is it's just opposite of that, right? So if variable are changing in the opposite direction, so if you are trying to increase the value of x, then y value is also decreasing, not increasing, guys. So the, what I said, if one variable value increasing, that means another value would also be decreased, right? This is the symptoms of the negative correlation. When the value of one variable increases, then the value of other variable decreases. Negative correlation can be described by the correlation coefficient. This is the important term. What is correlation coefficient, right? So basically correlation coefficient, what is that? Correlation coefficient express the strength of the association between the variables. So variables, if two variables, if I are talking about the two variables and how those two variables are associated, whether it's a strength or not. So it's completely tells about the association between the variable, or we can say the correlation coefficient used to determine how strong is the relationship between two variables, and value ranges from -1 to 1. So -1 represents to the negative correlation and 1 represents to the positive correlation, right? So this is the correlation coefficient. So the amount of perfect negative correlation is -1. So as already I've said, the range is between -1 to 1 for the correlation coefficient, but the correlation for the negative correlation is between 0 to -1. So 0 means there is no correlation between the variables, and if it is -1, then we can say it's a negative correlation. So I'll show you with, by example or practically in the next video lectures part second. Now if you will look at the graph, so here you can see, here I'm trying to increase the value of x. No, if we are trying to increase the value of y, right? So are you able to see the difference? We are not increasing value of x. Here if you will see, we are increasing the value of y, so the value of x decreases. Are you able to figure out that? No, guys, it's not like that. You must understand the graph, how we should read this graph. So if you will look at the arrow on the y-axis, so if you are saying the y value is decreasing, right, and x value is increases, so here you will see the range of x is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. So once the value of x is going increase, y value is decreasing. This is called of negative correlation. So now we will calculate the Pearson's correlation. So how we will calculate that one? What is the formula to check the correlation, right? So the Pearson correlation coefficient can be used to summarize the strength of the linear relationship between two data samples. So this is also used to specify the relationship between two samples, and that is linear relationship. So if you will look at the formula, so here we can see R represents to the Pearson's correlation, summation of x minus x bar, that means it x bar, that is the mean of x variable, and y minus y bar represents to the y mean, divide by x minus x bar to the whole square. So whatever we have calculated above and the summation of that, after taking the summation we are taking the root of that one, similar for y. And this is the metric after calculation of this Pearson correlation coefficient. So we will put the calculated value in this line and we'll see if it is more than 0 and equal or less than to 1, then we can say it's a positive and a strong relationship. And if that value lies between -1 to 0, then we can see this is the negative. Okay, and stronger, negative is strong, right? So this is the metric, based on that we can calculate. Now let's move forward. I'll show you the working data example how we can calculate. So here I have value of x and value of y. So if I'll calculate the x bar, that is the mean of x variable. So if you will add 2, 4, 5, 7, 3, 1, 6, that will come 28, and the total value of x, that is n, so that is 7. So 28 by 7, that is 4, similar to y bar. Now we will calculate x minus x bar. So here x equals to 2 and x bar equals to 4. So the mean of complete x. So if we will subtract all the values, 2 minus 4, 4 minus 4, 5 minus 4, 7 minus 4, something like that, right? So here the interesting fact, if you will see in the x minus x bar, so the range, it's going up to 3, right? You will see -1, -3, 2, and above you will see 0, 1 and 3, right? Easily we can figure out here. Now let's look. Similar to x minus x bar, we have to calculate y minus y bar. So y bar represents to the mean of y column. So if we will calculate 58, 32, 63 up to end, and will divide by total number of sample, that is 7. So we will be getting as 60, right? So here y bar equals to 60. Now we need to multiply x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So if we will calculate -2 into -2, that is 4, 0 minus 28, 0, 1 into 3, 3, 3 into 27, 81. So like that we have to do calculations. After multiplication, we have to multiply x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Already we have did that one. After that we have to do a whole square of x minus x bar, that is mean of the x. If we will do -2 to the whole square, 4, 0, 0, 1 to the 1, 3, 3 square is 9, and similar to for y column also. Just look at the table how we were doing. So x minus x bar complete whole square, y minus y bar complete whole square, and if we will do the summation of that one, so x minus x bar summation, or the bracket whole square will give the summation as 28, and y minus y bar whole square will give the summation of 1864. So we got all the possible values. Now we need to put in the formula, right? So if we will put in the formula, then total is 1 by 142 divided by root 28 into 1864. If we will calculate that calculation, we will be getting the value as 0.62. And as I mentioned previously, if we will put this calculated value within this table, or we can say this is the phenomena where we can check whether this is a positive or negative and how strongly they are, then we can use this metric. So now here 0.62 lie between 0 to 1, then we can say this is the strong and a positive correlation, right? So hope this is clear to you all, how we can identify whether it's a positive or negative. So guys, from here onwards, after what we have to do, we need to calculate the hypothesis testing, we need to do that one, and after on the standard metrics we have to check the value for this calculation, and if the calculated value is greater than that value, then we have to discard, otherwise we have to accept that hypothesis. So in this case, if you will see the standard metric, so this 0.62 is greater than, then we have to discard the hypothesis. So that part also I will cover in the next videos, where I'll show you how we can check the hypothesis, right? So thank you so much guys. Thanks for watching. You can share, subscribe and like my videos, and also you can comment so I can know what all are the best things which I need to incorporate in the videos. Thank you so much guys. Thanks for your watching.